Unilever's impact on the lives of billions cannot be understated. With brands like Dove, Lipton, Axe, and Ben & Jerry's, it has shaped consumer culture and established a reputation for championing social and environmental causes. But as we scratch beneath the surface, we uncover a web of controversies that have put Unilever's ethical claims to the test. In this video, we will navigate through some of the most compelling controversies that have cast shadows over Unilever's image. Unilever, a titan in the consumer goods industry, has a fascinating origin story that began with a merger of two significant companies. Lever Brothers, founded in 1885 by William Hesketh Lever, focused on producing high-quality soap products. On the other hand, Margarine Unie, formed in 1927 through the consolidation of Dutch margarine manufacturers, specialized in margarine production. The monumental merger between Lever Brothers and Margarine Unie took place on January 1, 1930, giving birth to Unilever. Spearheaded by visionaries like William Hesketh Lever and Antonius Johannes Jurgens, the new conglomerate aimed to dominate the global consumer goods market with its diverse product offerings. In its early days, Unilever wasted no time in expanding its presence beyond its home markets. Lever Brothers' stronghold in the United Kingdom and Margarine Unie's dominance in continental Europe provided a solid foundation for rapid global expansion. Unilever soon established operations in Asia, Africa, and the Americas, solidifying its position as a truly international corporation. Unilever's brand portfolio is a powerhouse of influence, reaching millions of households worldwide. With over 400 iconic brands, Unilever caters to diverse consumer needs across various sectors. Unilever's Fair & Lovely Skin Lightening Cream has been a subject of intense controversy due to its marketing strategies and the impact it has on societal beauty standards. The product has faced widespread criticism for promoting colorism and perpetuating racial stereotypes. Fair & Lovely's marketing campaigns have often portrayed fair skin as a symbol of success, attractiveness, and social acceptance. These advertisements have led to the reinforcement of harmful beauty ideals that associate fair skin with superior beauty, intelligence, and desirability. Such messaging not only undermines the self-esteem of individuals with darker skin tones, but also perpetuates an unfair and discriminatory beauty standard. The product's name, Fair & Lovely, implies that fairness is synonymous with beauty, suggesting that individuals with darker skin tones are somehow less attractive. This kind of messaging can have significant psychological effects, leading to low self-esteem and body image issues, particularly among people with darker complexions. Critics argue that Fair & Lovely's marketing practices contribute to colorism, which is a form of discrimination based on skin color, prevalent in many cultures. Colorism perpetuates the idea that lighter skin is more desirable, leading to preferential treatment in various aspects of life, such as job opportunities, social status, and marriage prospects. This further exacerbates existing social inequalities and reinforces harmful racial stereotypes. Unilever has faced immense pressure from advocacy groups, consumers, and public figures to address the negative impact of Fair & Lovely's marketing. In response to the criticism, Unilever announced plans to rename the product to Glow & Lovely and remove references to fairness, acknowledging the need for a change. Additionally, the company committed to promoting a more inclusive and diverse representation of beauty in its advertising. Despite these steps, Fair & Lovely's legacy of promoting colorism remains a contentious issue. Many argue that a mere name change is not enough to dismantle the deeply rooted beauty standards perpetuated by the product. The debate continues as to whether Fair & Lovely's rebranding efforts will genuinely address the underlying societal issues related to colorism and racial stereotypes. Dove's Real Beauty campaign has garnered both praise and criticism since its inception. The campaign's intentions were noble, aiming to challenge conventional beauty standards and celebrate the natural beauty of diverse women. By featuring women of various body types, ages, and ethnicities, Dove sought to promote a more inclusive and authentic representation of beauty in the media. The Real Beauty campaign struck a chord with many consumers, resonating with those who had long felt marginalized or excluded from traditional beauty advertisements. It empowered women to embrace their unique appearances and reject unrealistic beauty ideals perpetuated by the beauty industry. However, amid the campaign celebration of real beauty, Dove faced accusations of hypocrisy and a lack of diversity in its advertising. Critics pointed out that while the campaign celebrated diversity, the brand's broader advertising often still adhered to traditional beauty standards, predominantly featuring conventionally attractive women with flawless skin and symmetrical features. Some critics argued that Dove was using the Real Beauty campaign as a marketing tactic to capitalize on the growing demand for body positivity and inclusivity, while simultaneously perpetuating narrow beauty ideals in other aspects of their advertising. This apparent discrepancy led to questions about Dove's sincerity in promoting genuine body positivity and whether the brand was truly committed to breaking away from traditional beauty norms. Furthermore, some individuals questioned the underlying motives behind Dove's campaign. Some argued that the campaign might be a form of purpose washing, where brands leverage social issues to boost their public image and sales without making substantial changes in their practices. Skeptics questioned whether Dove's campaign was genuinely empowering or simply a strategic move to align with the prevailing societal sentiment. Unilever's engagement with small-scale farmers for sourcing raw material has elicited significant discussions. By integrating these farmers into its global supply chain, Unilever has claimed to foster economic growth in developing regions. However, allegations of unfair pricing and exploitation have tainted this narrative. Critics argue that Unilever's procurement strategies may squeeze small farmers, forcing them to sell their produce at prices that are hardly profitable. This alleged exploitation undermines the financial stability of these farmers, many of whom are already grappling with the challenges posed by poverty and economic underdevelopment. As such, while Unilever's raw material sourcing strategy may be beneficial from a business perspective, its impact on small-scale farmers in developing countries can be seen as a matter of significant concern. A prime example of such a situation occurred in 2016, when Unilever was accused of sourcing tea leaves from small-scale Kenyan farmers at prices far below the prevailing market rate. The farmers, who rely heavily on the income generated from these sales, were left in a precarious financial state. Even though Unilever justified its procurement policy by emphasizing its adherence to global commodity market prices, the incident underscored the potential for exploitative practices within its supply chain and raised serious questions about the company's commitment to social responsibility. Unilever has faced criticism in the past due to cases of misleading product claims. For instance, in 2012, the company's brand, Suave, had to settle a class action lawsuit due to assertions that their Suave Professional's Keratin Infusion 30-Day Smoothing Kit could transform frizzy hair. Consumers reported significant hair loss and damage after using the product, contrary to the brand's claims. In another situation, Unilever's Ben & Jerry's faced backlash for labeling their ice creams as all-natural, despite containing hydrogenated oils. The controversy led to the brand eventually dropping the all-natural label from its products. In 2014, another Unilever brand, Dove, received negative attention for its patches advertisement, which implied that their product could boost women's self-esteem. Critics argued that the ad was manipulative and preyed on women's insecurities. Additionally, Unilever's product, Vaseline Men Whitening Body Lotion, generated controversy for promoting skin lightening, a practice associated with negative implications related to colorism and racial discrimination. Despite these controversies, Unilever remains one of the market leaders in the consumer goods industry. Back in 2015, India's food safety regulator accused another Unilever brand, Maggi, of selling noodles with excess lead. This led to a temporary ban on their sales and a significant blow to Unilever's reputation. In the early 2000s, various environmental organizations and NGOs raised concerns about the unsustainable practices associated with palm oil production. Critics accused palm oil plantations of contributing to deforestation in Southeast Asia, particularly in Indonesia and Malaysia, where vast tracts of rainforests were being cleared to make way for palm oil cultivation. This deforestation not only threatened endangered species habitats, such as orangutans and Sumatran tigers, but also led to greenhouse gas emissions, exacerbating climate change. Additionally, reports emerged of exploitative labor practices and human rights abuses on some palm oil plantations, further intensifying the controversy. Unilever, being a prominent consumer of palm oil, found itself under scrutiny and faced pressure from consumers and advocacy groups to take immediate action. And that's a wrap, folks. What's your perspective on Unilever's efforts to address the controversy surrounding Fair and Lovely? Do you think rebranding to Glow and Lovely and promoting more inclusive beauty representation are sufficient steps to combat colorism and racial stereotypes? Or do you believe more needs to be done? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support our channel.